I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is Stoneblock 4. Yes, welcome back to some more Stoneblock 4, where a couple of episodes ago we met these two fellas. Yeah, the Ancient and the Twilight. And let's just say they want me to go after some bosses. Specifically, this one wants me to go after several bosses, but this one wants me to go after a special dungeon. And today I would love to complete both of their main quest lines. Now this is going to take some good armor to do, but it does mention here that we can go into an ancient portal. We're gonna have to craft a few different things, and last episode I set myself up where I think I should be able to successfully be able to make just about anything that gets thrown at us. And just in case you missed that episode, I prepped up a ton of seeds. We now produce seeds passively on both sides, filling both of these hallways with garden cloches that are utilizing the Shadow Pulse soil inside, making them incredibly fast. And I'm using that and sending all of my seeds into our chickens via some very simple SFM code. And all that code is basically doing is taking seeds from this container, sending it into the roost, and then taking items from the roost and sending it into the drawers. And every 20 ticks, or basically every second, it is performing that action across every roost, every drawer, and it is very nice. But now it's back to me. We've got some bosses to potentially take on today. And it does read out that found within the lower deep slates of the ancient city holds a giant portal that can finally be activated, allowing you to defeat the boss within. Oh boy. It says upon entering the portal, you'll receive a blindness effect. Oh man, that can only be cured by filling your soul cage. All right, so we're gonna need some way to take on some mobs. And I was also looking, I am very low, and I have a lot of really low gems that are inside of all of my gem sockets. We have a ton of gem sockets, like things like this ring, for example. Like we could technically put sockets on it that could affect us, but getting gems is not the easiest task in the world, because anything that kills these mobs that are a fake player, well, the gems just get turned immediately into gem dust. And it's not like we can just up and create gems from gem dust. So I've started prepping some things up, and I've even upgraded my gear a little bit. I did switch my gear over to the Eclipse alloy from Just Dire Things. I transferred all of my enchants over by removing them and then reapplying them. And then I've also reforged these. But I've started to realize that maybe I could be better off with all of my stats, because I mean, right now I do have some pretty decent gear, but it could be even better if we had access to Godforged Pearls. And I was looking, and I think we can actually obtain them at this point. It'd be really beneficial if I could actually gain these. That way I can use my augment table and we can actually modify our gear. To be able to get this though, we do need red matter and we need infused ender pearls. These are really easy to get because we have chickens. And we also need source provided. And we also need to complete the crystal matrix block section, which according to the quest is actually this one right here, which is pretty easy for us to make at this point. Because this bad boy has been constantly running, we have a lot of draconium dust that's just been built up, so it should be really easy for me to craft this. So let's go ahead and get this thing crafted up. We need 4 of these matrix blocks, so we can go ahead and craft that. Now I'm unsure why nether stars. Oh, that's right, whenever we got nether stars set up, I don't think I added the drawer to the system, but we have now 298,000. Yeah, I did actually level this up all the way to 128. I don't think it was necessary, but it was fun to do. And I mean, it only took about 2 hours off of our temporal pouch. So yeah, this should be very quick for us to make there. Just a little bit of crafting operations going on. Energy core, that one is also very quick. All of these things from Draconic. We need 4 of these. And then we also need a energy core, and all of that just gets put together, and voila, there's everything to complete that middle section. And then we just got to figure out the source problem, right? Now let's go ahead and complete this, see what we get. We got an infinity hammer. I am going to take this and put this in here because it is just going to consume power. Don't really need to worry about that right now. But it does say that we need to locate a Leviathan in this section, but nothing else major, I don't think, unless we do need to actually go back and talk to the Echo. Yes, let's head back to the worm right here, and we'll complete this stage, and let's get an idea of what the next chapter is going to be for the worm right.
Now, for your second upgrade, this one is a little more volatile. The Void is a tricky force to control, even for elder dragons. Other mythical species like the Leviathans should contain enough void energy to power your world engine. Kill one, and bring its unborn offspring to your world engine. To forge resonant void, you will need to concentrate the sources of void energy and alloys strong enough to not only contain that power, but to channel it through your world engine as a stable, usable force.
Oh boy, that could take its unborn offspring. What is wrong with you? But with that, let's actually go ahead and submit all of our components, because this is what we need for those Godforged. And if I'm going to take on a Leviathan, I think we're going to be needing this. Oh boy, look at that. This is so cool. Is it going to complete it? The Draconic, oh, it does complete it. That's so sick looking. Oh, very, very nice. And this right here is just a plain Jane energy ball of the smallest tier, by the way. I don't think I've ever made it the smallest tier, but that looks so cool. Now, another thing we need to do is constantly provide source to the world engine. And I think we now have the ability to handle that quite easily. So I am going to link this up, and we need to create ourselves a source card for Applied Energistics. Yes, we do have the Ars Energistics in here. Now, in my opinion, the housing is something that I don't want to go about making at the moment, and we should be able to buy the housing. Yeah, perfect. ME source housing right here. And we just need to use like imports and exports. It's pretty easy. So I'll take my cell housing, combine that with any size ME storage component, because we're just going to be using this to transfer it back and forth. Drop that into here, and I'm still only using one ME drive. And then we just use like an importer to import source from here into the system. Let's do some fancy cable work, running that just like so. Drop that in. That's going to start to store this source inside of our Applied Energistics system. And now for the weird part. I'm going to show you how you can actually use an exporter to send this directly out into another source jar. Now, this isn't the most intuitive thing to do, I will say, but I will go ahead and show you. And hopefully once you've seen this, you won't have to worry about it ever again. I do need to connect into here. Oh boy, what did I break? Okay, I think I fixed it. But yes, like I was saying, I want to just send this into the source jar, but it doesn't make it very clear how you actually use an exporter to do this. I mean, you would probably think that you need to use a source jar, but really you don't need to do that. What you need to do is go into your Applied Energistics system and find your source. Now you're like, well, how do I drag this over? Because it doesn't even show up in JEI. Well, what you need to do is while you're inside of your terminal, hover over the source, hit A, and that is going to bookmark it technically. It doesn't show up, but it is invisible, and it shows up as a wrapped generic stack, which has been the case for quite a while, as it doesn't actually show up there. But what you can do is you can drag this into here, and this does allow you then to send source from an exporter and export it into this jar. And then all we need to do is click on here and click here, and that has bound that connection. And so now we just start to see that source is building up. And voila, it is that easy to automate source being sent into here. And this is coming directly from our mob farm. Now, oh yeah, I almost forgot. We actually need to make red matter. And the funny thing is I don't think I've made any dark matter. However, I have found dark matter in the world, but we should be able to autocraft this. And since we have the chickens, this is going to be really easy. Now in this pack, Project E is very, very limited. You essentially need to produce red matter for a few things, but primarily it's used to replicate things. As once you make this, it is used to be broke down into all of the different replication elements. And this is pretty powerful in its own right whenever we get into replication. So I think I should definitely get this up and running. Not only do I need it, like I said, for the Godforged Pearls, but we will need it for all of those things in the future. Now I do need a Philosopher's Stone. There we go. And we really only need one for right now, but I can make them. I do have them automated. Infernal Dust is pretty easy for us to make in the World Engine. But yeah, just one is really all we need. But I also need a crafter tier 3 from RF Tools, and this is an auto crafter that is going to do so good at this task. So now inside the crafter, some tips that I will recommend. Make sure you have at least one of all ingredients that are going to be involved in making all of your patterns. And then what you can do is you can take anything that is not a part of that and just simply block it all out. So you only have these available slots, and then hit remember, and that is going to technically lock all of these positions. So we don't have to worry about any overflow or anything like that. should just be perfectly fine. Now inside the crafter is where things get a little bit more complicated. So first things first, I want to take my diamond and convert it into a diamond block, since we're going to need that down the road to make the dark matter. So whenever you craft a recipe, you can, for example, look at this after clicking and then apply that, and it's going to automatically show up in here. And we want to set this to insert. And what this is going to do is once it takes these diamonds, it crafts them, it's going to put them into this internal buffer slot right here. And that's why we filtered those out a minute ago. Once all is said and done, you hit apply. Now, most of these recipes are going to be crafted within and sent into the internal buffer, all but the final one. So let's go through the rest of them. It's going to be just like this. We hit in on this one, hit apply, go into the next one. To turn this, it's automatically set to that. We actually need to be on the next chapter here. Make sure that's set to that one. And then we click here. We're going to be upgrading all the way to Eternalist Fuel. And this is set to insert as well. Then we take that diamond that we crafted earlier, and we are going to also send this back into the internal buffer. And then last but not least, we have red matter. So we'll go to the red matter craft, and this is the one that is a little bit more complicated because we need this to be exit C. So this is going to send out the crafting result back into actually, no, we just need it to be regular exit. This is really the simplest of the crafts. If you had a bucket craft, I really want to explain this. If you were technically making something that involved a philosopher's stone that you wanted to export it out of here, but keep the philosopher's stone in the system, that's when you would use exit C. But yeah, we just need to set it to exit. After it's done this craft, it's going to take those ingredients and it's going to throw them out. And that's kind of what we want. So we'll just hit apply. And now all we have to do is use something like an ME export bus, which imports items, so pulls them into the system from the external output, and then also sends items in. And we just need to send coal and diamonds. And because of our chickens, this is going to be made so easy. And we don't have to worry about our applied energistics system doing any crafting or anything like that. It's just going to send those items, and we can throw in some acceleration cards, make this go pretty quick. And voila. Look at that. Give this some power, and this bad boy is ready to run and is going to start processing so long as we have enough coal. There's a little bit of a ramp up period with applied energistics, but I believe me, this is going to get very quick, very fast. And by the way, something to note here, this will constantly craft up, and it should craft up to the red matter tier. And I think it is working. We don't see anything moving, however. Oh, that's completely my fault because I did this absolutely wrong. I forgot to add the Eternalist. Thankfully, we can just add that and it should start up and running and shouldn't have any problems here. Yep, I just had to pick it up and get it jump started, and there it goes. Look at that. And this is going to also ramp back up again. Something to note about this is also in slow mode. So if I click this button, now it's going even faster in the fast mode. Yes, and we've already made red matter. We've got 2 of them already ready to go. And now, just like all of our other systems, I'm essentially going to shut off the coal and diamond sending with a redstone card set to activate with signal, and that way it will shut off as soon as we get to 256, because this will emit when levels are below the limit. So yes, 256, and it should keep it constantly running. Now, after all of that, making Godforged pearls, we should be able to now do. And it is going to take just a little bit of source to do this. And it is also going to take a little bit of power and I think a little bit of time. But I mean, getting Godforged pearls is pretty nice at this point. And voila, Godforged pearls we now have. First thing I really want to do with this is definitely make an augmenting table for sure. That's got to be done. This is going to give us access to being able to change some of our augments and stuff that's on our gear. So now I can do something like this. I have 255 levels on me. I think that is going to be enough. And I could do this. For example, this sword that I did upgrade to, we now have Loot Pinata on this. It does inflict freezing, and then enemies below 10% health will be executed. I kind of want to level that up. This is a really, really powerful one. And if we go into whichever one, the executing one here, I should be able to level this up with the sigils, but it is going to cost, when I do this, 225 levels. And so this is now upgraded to 13%, but it consumes a lot of levels. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a ton of levels, so that's really not much of an issue. But man, I would like to get this closer to closer to, I mean, 15% health is pretty darn good. Now, something else I can also do is just completely reroll. Like this one we rolled freezing, but I should be able to reroll this to other things. So let's make more of the Sigil of Enhancement, which by the way does utilize a Godforged Pearl in its craft. And as soon as we have that, we should be able to modify this even further. And it shows us on the left all of the potential rolls, and we can scroll through here so we can get snared, which would be really nice. Weakness, shocked, and man, snared would be really, really handy. Blasting is what we rolled on that one. And after a few rolls, I ended up getting the snared. I think this sword is going to be pretty darn powerful. So now I'm also going to try and upgrade my gear. So there we go. I've got basically the same thing, but we did boost our armor toughness. And I mean, this one gives us ball lightning 7 instead of 6. I mean, this one's pretty cool. We get a cast of evasion 3, which according to this gives us 3 hits that are completely negated. And this one's really good. Blocking a projectile deals almost 120% damage back at the shooter. Oh my goodness. I think also I should make myself an Eclipse Alloy Paxel since I've already upgraded everything else, and we're getting very close to being able to like easily tunnel anywhere we need to go. Now, after all of the work that I put into everything, including making a key from supplementaries and then also adding some effects to it, I now deal about 265 crit damage. We also end up locking the mob in place, and then base damage about 155 on this sword, which is not bad at all. Also, not to mention, we completely pierce like the armor, and if the mob drops below 15% health, it just immediately dies no matter what. Now, I do need myself a soul cage, which is going to require a monster spawner, and right here just happens to be a monster spawner. I could easily pick that up and take it with me. By the way, this did roll a 3x3 area, but thankfully, if you hold down shift, it does let you break, and also works while flying, unlike the hammers. So I'll just drop all of these items into the world engine, and that should be it. And I think we're just about ready to go exploring. That's right. We also do need a deep catalyst, which looks also very easy to make. So I now have the soul cage and the catalyst, and these are the 2 things that we need in order for us to get that euphonium block, which is going to require us to get our hands on some Mekanism. I've got to figure this one out, and it does tell me we have to travel basically through that portal, and we are going to be stuck with blindness. But I think we negate blindness with this right here because of its current level, right? We get like an 82% resistance to blindness effects, which I think is going to be pretty powerful. I think we're still going to be able to see in the dark. But we do have to turn on night vision for this. So it is time to head back into the deep dark. I think this time, though, we should be able to easily take out a warden if need be. Like, warden should be pretty nice. But I don't think we have to worry about that too much. It did tell me just to simply use the catalyst in the portal. Oh boy. Starting dungeon generation. What does that mean? What? Portal activated, dungeon generation complete, catalyst consumed? Okay. Oh, and this is the place we need to be. Did this have to be in my offhand? If so, we are losing a little bit of damage. Okay. Oh, but it does get consumed. Wait, why am I teleporting around? Oh, is that what evasion does? Oh, it just teleports me? That's interesting. I don't know if I necessarily like that. Thankfully, it only gets cast every now and then. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is like a little dungeon area. Very cool. Pillager? This guy has 300 health. Well, get wrecked, fool. These are kind of cool. We can't break anything here, right? No. Oh boy. There is some lava in here. I love how we can just fly, which is very interesting. Some chests. I mean, I don't have a clue what we're supposed to be doing here. This is a very weird place, honestly. All right. Let's see if we can find some more mobs. Ooh, there's a guardian. 100+ health. Oof. That guy's strong. All right, let's continue on. All right, soul cage filled. Final boss elevator at the starter room. I think this is the starter room. Is there anything else in here? I don't think there is. I think I was supposed to be completely blind until this filled up. Okay, there's an elevator. Interesting. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, I think this is boss time. Oh, and I hope I'm ready. Just to make sure I'm ready, I do want to store a portal somewhere so I can get back here if need be. That links back to the base. Okay. And I think we're ready to go. Do we have to click this on here? Maybe have our shield off? Right click? Just right click? No? Oh, never mind. Never mind. We do right click. Oh boy. It just took a moment. All right. I hope you're ready for me, because I am ready. What? This is Maledictus. This is pretty cool. Oh, not today. Did that do any damage? Because I know that our shield on block is supposed to deal damage back to the attacker. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. I like to attack and then get out of the way. Let's see. Okay, I technically avoided that. All right, I avoided those. I'm gonna try my best. Okay, and block it, but they knocked my shield, so my shield is currently down. Let's see. Every time they shoot is an opportunity. So I'm gonna take advantage of that opportunity attack. Okay. And just try to avoid this dude at all costs. Oh, man. Okay. I got shields up. I got shields up. Ow. I still have 4 rows of hearts, so I should be good. And we have bonus hearts, too. Oh, I think we've got this. Okay. You can fly. So can I, kind of. So it's only fair. And he's gone because it dropped down below 15% health. Holy smokes. God, I love the Cataclysm animations. They are so sick. Oh, I just love these bosses so much. And we got 4 of the Cursium. There we go. All right, so boss down. That is fantastic. And we have all of the ingots now to be able to make the euphonium, I believe. There are a couple of other things we're going to need, though, like liquid darkness, but everything else we have the ability to craft. That's so sick. And just the ability to just go right back home is so nice. Oh, wow. And there's a really cool gear set. Look at this. Like, oh my goodness. Wait, what? It's a full gear set too. Now, interestingly enough, we don't need a whole lot of this liquid darkness, just really enough to complete this quest. And it requires us to use the vat from Ender.io, which vats don't use power. They just kind of have to work. They require water. So you send water to start the initial. And then I think in here we can use like glowstone blocks. And it looks like torch flowers. I'm not actually growing torch flowers, believe it or not, even though we have all of these cloches. So you know what? Let's head back to spawn real quick and let's get some torch flower seeds so we can get those running. And I'll just buy that off the quartermaster here. And now we have torch flowers. And so I'll toss that into a garden cloche, and that is going to start making mini torch flowers for me. I mean, technically we don't need to automate this fully, but I am just going to go ahead and throw the stuff in here. So we'll do glowstone, which is going to be one of the things that the export bus is going to feed in, and then torch flowers. And I assume that this is just going to feed it right into the system here. And then also water, right? Water should be another thing that we can drag into this, and it should also fill water into the tank. Now, whenever we do stuff like this, I like to set this to schedule with the round robin mode. So it will send water, send torch flowers, and also send glowstone, and it will rotate through those to make sure everything gets filled out. Otherwise, it's going to take a while. And you know what? I'm not even going to automate the other one. I think this will be fine. We're just going to push the liquid sunshine directly into this one. And instead of exporting, I'm just simply going to throw the amethyst and obsidian in here. Just let it produce the darkness. Now, the darkness is then going to get pushed out into this barrel, which I'll then hook into my applied energistics system, so that way we can request this on an autocraft. I definitely recommend using the temporal pouch to accelerate this, as there are no upgrades, no power requirements or anything like that. So yes, you do need at least 20,000 millibuckets for the euphonium, according to what the JEI says. So speaking of euphonium, I think we can now craft it. And that pattern is going to look just like this, and then we'll just simply take it, and I'm going to replace something down here with this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take this out, just swap that in temporarily. This is something that we are only going to really need to craft this one time. And we need 2 sets of it to be able to complete the quest, and 16 specifically. So let's just say 16. And do we have everything for it? We definitely do. And we'll start the autocraft, and we're about to complete this bad boy. And there we go. Autocraft complete. You can now pull this out, and look at that. Give me something good. Oh, we got an Eclipse Alloy Paxel. Wait. Oh, it's just I just made one. Oh well, maybe I can make this one my fortune one. But with that done, it's time to speak with the Ancient. After completing this, says, that is all I can offer you for now. Seek the other echoes. They too hold fragments of the path ahead. Beautiful. And with that, we should be able to upgrade our world engine by submitting the fantastically named euphonium and assemble this thing. Man, we are doing a lot of assembling on our world engine today. Look at all of this, though. Fantastic. All placed in the bottom there. Nice. And I tell you what, you know, this has been a really fun experience so far. But we're not done yet. We have more bosses to fight in today's video. And now this leads me over here to the Twilight's quest line. And we are going to want to locate the Lich. And this is going to give us a compass for our first little battle here with the actual Lich. Now, something that I do want to do, if we head back to spawn real quick, we can buy the immediate teleportation to these particular areas, for example, to the Twilight. So we can buy a set for the Void Chasm. I'm going to do this, or not Void Chasm, but for the Twilight Ring. We also have the Ender Ring, which I'm not too worried about, and we also have the Void Chasm. But the only one that we're doing right now is the Twilight Ring. This is going to make life a whole lot easier, allowing me to just instantly teleport to any of those 4 cardinal directions. And looking at this, it looks like this is pointing towards the east. So I'm going to use my eastern one right here, place that in, and then we just basically hold shift until it finally lets us teleport, which takes it a moment sometimes. And let's see, did that work? Which one did I put this in? This is the this is one I linked. Yeah, we should be able to just shift right click and eventually it'll take us. There it goes. It just takes a hot moment. It has to like generate this area first. Kind of interesting, but look at this. We are now in Maze Stone, but I believe I got this leveled up enough with our mining speed to be able to instantly mine it. Oh my goodness, this is going to be wild. Okay, something I do want to do though with the Maze Stone, definitely want to get rid of it and make sure our pickup is turned on with our magnet on. That way I can head in the directions we need to go. For example, I want to head this way. And turning on night vision will definitely help. And possibly equipping our skates. And then just holding forward. Oh boy, we can mine really, really fast. Like way too fast, actually. Oh boy. So fast, in fact, that we have now hit exactly where we need to be. And so now, let's go ahead and plop up that portal so we can walk through. Oh man. And yeah, I guess this is our first test where we just completely annihilate these guys. Use the computer monitor to slide the blocks around to open the door. Interesting. Let's take these roller skates off. That's going to get annoying very, very quick. Let's see. Okay, we've gotten a lot of meat stuff. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got to move pieces around. I do know what the Lich looks like. It looks like the head needs to move up. So we click on the part that we have. We click there. That moves the head forward. Oh, that's so cool. And the only other block that we can move, which slides that way, will be this one. That's such an easy puzzle. Blocks are disappearing in 60. Okay. That, the use of computer craft. Okay, that's kind of cool. And now the whole area opens up. And is this our boss battle? It is. Can we attack? No, we can't attack the Lich. We have to wait for the Lich to throw balls at us. Ah, yes. Nothing like catching some balls and tossing them back. We've got to break the Lich's shield, though. These guys can't do anything either, but they do provide extra balls sometimes, which can be helpful. Like we just doubled up there, and I doubled up there, and then... Come on! How quickly can we defeat the Lich? Where did you go? And the Lich is gone. Completely gone. Oh, and we got ourselves a Lich trophy and everything? Oh, the crown lands. I don't remember that being a thing. What is happening with the particle effects? That's so sick. I love this. This is so cool. And there's the trophy we need. Also the Twilight Gem too. Interesting. Okay, this is used for the requalified Twilight Forest. Interesting. So like relics in the Twilight Forest mod. Says we needed a Lich Crown. I didn't get lucky though and get a Lich Crown here, but I did get a Lich Trophy. And so now I can wear the Lich on my head. Perfect though. Lich Trophy acquired. What is our next mission? Beautiful. Okay, this is saying Yeti Cave. So let's get our compass to the Yeti Cave. And that is pointing out here somewhere. Somewhere off in the distance this way. But you know what? Yet again, it might be best just to travel back home and to try it again at home and see which direction it points and then just kind of figure out which crystal we're going to need. Now I have located the Yeti one. Let's see. Can we get there? Yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay. We got to take the roller skates off. This one. What does this do? It shoots snowballs. Oh, wait, that teleports us. Whoa. That just teleported me. Oh, and we do have containers. Oh, what do we get from these? Ooh, what is that? A cloak? The Rabbit's Pocket Watch? Okay, there's all kinds of goodies in here. All right, I'm going to definitely take that. That's a glyph that we unlock. All right, there's a... What? These ones, by the way, are really, really slow that make you go back and forth. But there we go. Yeah, more Ars glyphs. Ooh, the Charm of Life. All right, I'm going to jump this. Oh boy, they're shooting snowballs. The snowballs seem to teleport us. Oh, and so does like landing there. Oh, it resets us back. Oh, having the gravity makes jumping so weird for me. Okay, there we go. I have just a weird gravity going on. And I got hit with that again. This is not going so good. Okay, back at this. Jump. Wait a minute. And he hit me with a snowball. That is hilarious that snowballs do that to you. Okay, that one hit me again. Falling resets. This is so sick though. This is like, this was just added just into here. Like what? What? That is so cool. All right. We ended up getting a charm, but now we're going to take on the Yeti. Oh boy, that is the Alpha Yeti. Oh, these guys though seem pretty straightforward. Like they don't have a whole lot of health. Some ranged. Oh, the other mobs are taking him out. Can I get in here? Oh, I was. That was so nice. So nice. And we end up getting the head. Look at that. Beautiful. Now on to the next. After I loot all these chests, that is. Oh, and by the way, flying is disabled in these areas. You can get a little bit of height, but it immediately turns it back off. Now, after completing Yeti's cave, we get access to the Hydra and the Snow Queen that we need to take out. Now, I believe this right here is the Hydra layer. And so let's see, can we activate it? So it says seems to collide with the barrier. I believe this is a bug. It's not supposed to do that, but the entrance is actually right here. And if we hover over this in the map and we select like this block right here, we can see where this room is, and it's like Y level 55. So if we do walk our way like right up into here and kind of position ourselves there and get ourselves to Y level 55, we should be right at the entrance. Or 53, yeah, Y level 53. And there we are. You must defeat the Alpha Yeti before entering this vault, which we definitely have. All right, so using the heads to solve the passcode and enter on the computer. What are you? Okay. Oh boy. That's so sick looking. Look at the animations on that. Oh wow. Okay, we two-tapped him. I feel like we are very powerful right now. All right, so we have to solve the passcode and enter it into the computer. And I'm assuming it's from looking in this direction. So it's like one. I think I figured it out. I wanted to check these chests, by the way, to see what they had in them. I think I figured it out. Also, by the way, I just found this thing. Oh, this charm is wild. It has execution. When attacking a target whose health does not exceed the player's maximum health, there is a current chance as of right now of 0.9, almost a 1% chance to instantly execute it. That is very interesting by turning it into a small bird. Okay, but anyways, my idea, I feel like this right here is saying, okay, this is 1, and then I need to sort of take a look at where it's looking at. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So it is looking here, which means we should click 7, because 1 is looking at 7, and then 7 is looking at 4. And then 4 is looking at the one adjacent to it, which is 8. 8 is then looking over here, which is at 2. And then 2 is looking across from it, which is at 6. And then 6 is looking at 3. And then the only thing other left, which is 5, which is the last one. And that is it completed, which opens the door to the Hydra's lair. Wow. Yes, this is definitely the Hydra's lair. Is it going to be the Hydra boss? Oh boy. It's not. Okay. Is it multi? Okay. Oh boy. Oh, there's 3 of them. That's hilarious. Is there anything fancy that happens from them? No? Maybe? Maybe not? If not, that is so funny. Okay, what did it drop? Oh my goodness, it dropped the Hydra chop. Oh, this is great. Now, it also gave us the Hydra heart, which does look like a kind of interesting. Okay. So when taking damage, 19% chance to drop blood droplets upon landing, creating damaging area. Oh, I can max level this too, right? Okay. Nope, I don't have enough XP to max level it. I literally just sent it to the lowest level. Very, very nice. But this could be useful. Now, the reason why it's not the Hydra, I completely understand, because the Hydra is like a multi-parted entity, and I bet there was problems figuring out how to actually get that to spawn in the world correctly. Very, very funny. Oh, I was just exploring the back of this area, and I was looking around, like seeing if there was more chests back here. I don't know what this is, but there is a fluid cow back here that is just molten blaze. What? No, this is interesting because I don't even see like a molten blaze cow. Is this even a thing? Like this isn't even a thing. I wonder if this is like one of the only ways you can get this. And now we head to the Snow Queen, and this is the same situation. We are going to have to mine to the entrance. And this one just happens to be up. Hey, there's the entrance. All right, let's see. Ooh, it summoned a little hermit crab. Look at that little guy. All right, so it says slide the hermit crab around so that it lands on the red wool. Interesting. Okay. Do we punch it? Oh boy. It really gets it going. No, no, nope. Okay, I'm gonna accidentally end up killing the thing. What are you doing over there? How am I gonna move you? I mean, I guess I could like lure you over here maybe. Can you get over the thing? Or I think you're supposed to slide it, but I think it kind of is glitching with its no AI thing. Aha! I did get it to follow me, so perfect. It did land on there, but now I have a crab that is forever after me. Oh boy. And we enter into the Snow Queen cave. Thankfully, the crab's not going to mess with me. All right, Snow Queen, give me all you've got. Snow crystals. Nice. Okay, I ended up getting a shot. This always reminds me of like Super Mario World. And like at the end of the game where it's dropping down and you have to like hit them from the top. You can't hit them from the bottom or anything. Reminds me 100% of that. I think if you're lucky though, you can hit between these cracks. If you get lucky right there. Yeah. And beautiful. That was a quick kill right there. Beautiful. And this little guy over here. And we got ourselves the Snow Queen hat, the trophy. And these, they have chests here in the back. And I did find a relic that has Giant's Grip. Increases the size and stats of held items by 13%. What? This goes in my hand slot? Did my sword get bigger? Hold on. It is bigger. Oh my goodness. Significantly, this is wild. But also it said stats were increased. Like, What? Then I find another one that like apparently spawns in like fireflies that attack enemies. What? Some of these things are just absurdly wild to me. Now we move on into the next one, which will get us the Night Vault, which we are going to have to take these guys out. And I think this is about it. Now this is wild. This spawned me inside of an end dungeon. What? I got things to do though. We'll come back to the end dungeon later. For right now, I've simply got to head in this direction, figuring out where this guy's at. I'm unsure. Can we teleport to this one? Ooh, we can. Very nice. Okay. You must defeat both the Snow Queen and the Hydra before entering this vault. Very, very nice. Okay. What type of energy does Buildcraft Quarry use? I am pretty sure this is MJ. Buildcraft I did play around with a little bit. Yes, it is MJ. Okay. What generates SU and create? Okay, or what generates SU and create? Yeah, not well, Water Wheel does. Mixer does not, Pulley does not, Depot does not. Okay, so definitely this one. Correct answer. Beautiful. Which type of point-to-point tunnel is not an AE2 feature? I should definitely know this. I love AE, so FE, Fluid, and Redstone are all. Spatial is not a P2P. I don't even know how that would work if it was. That'd be kind of weird. Anyways, what year did the original Stoneblock come out? Well, it was about 7 years ago that I played Stoneblock 1. So 2018, I believe, was the year. Yes, it was. Beautiful. What item can tame a wolf? A bone. And I also figured something out about a bone, by the way. If a bone is equipped and in your head slot, it actually goes in your mouth. I don't know if I can put this in here, but yeah, it goes in your mouth, which is kind of weird. But anyways, correct answer. Bone. Definitely. And look at this. Classic. All right, and there's all of the Night Phantoms. This should be very simple for us to take out. Just one at a time. Just take them all out. Just boop. Boop. You're gone. You're gone. All of them, I think, are gone. And the chest spawns. And we have ourselves the Night Phantom trophy. Ooh, and some other stuff. Interesting. Also might take some of this gear so we can kind of put it on display in an armor stand. But I don't really need more of this gear, to be fair. But now I believe that is it. Yeah, that's it for this area. So back home, it says the final Twilight Vault. Ooh, give me some good. And Blaze Gold Pants. No, and a Urgas data model. Very, very nice. All right, and it wants us to go back and speak with the Twilight of the Echo. Back to spawn we go. See what this guy has to say. Very interesting. Maybe they're not going to like say, oh, you would have died in here. No, I've survived. I did. All right, now what do you have to say after I complete this? Ah, nothing, of course. You're like, ah, that will suffice. Ah, fine, fine. Seek the other echoes and then continue your futile struggle, human. How dare you? All right, but after that, we get a Hydra data model. Pretty cool. That makes kind of sense since, well, we can't really take on the Hydra because it doesn't exist. But now we need to submit all of our trophies that we just obtained. Just like so. And we get ourselves the Twilight upgrade. Very cool. Is this going to pick us up and move us around? Okay, that one did not pick us up and move us around. But it is placing them. And there they are. Look at all these beautiful heads. I wonder if their direction matters, if I can like move them or not. I tell you, I am super curious. I want to take a few levels out of here and I want to level this thing up to maximum so we can hold shift and that should be able to consume the levels to make it perfect. And it's currently at 40%. That seems like ridiculous. We put that there and oh my goodness. What does this even mean by stats though of my held items? Like what stats is it giving us a bonus on? I have no idea. But I will say it is absolutely absurd. That is hilarious. It's like, did you come here to pick a fight? Have you seen the size of my sword? But you know what? I've got to say, today was quite the adventure. I mean, we went all the way through several different challenges today, and all of them were made quite easy due to Apotheosis. My goodness, that mod can get kind of wild, especially when you have the ability to add effects via like iron spells and add things to your relics. This is absolutely wild being able to do that. Next episode, we're going to be diving even deeper into this quest book, so be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. And hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And without further ado, time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks, well, that is going to go out to, if I can get thanks in here right. Perfect. Only Sinbad. Thank you so much for your amazing support in choosing to support me over on the Discord, by becoming a Discord premium member, and just supporting my content in one of the best ways possible. And guys, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.